Welcome to the online class on the key success factors of e-government in Korea. My name is Seokjin a professor of public administration at Seoul National University. It is my pleasure to meet you via the internet to discuss the e-government policy in Korea and share the knowledge and experiences of e-government building in Korea. I hope this course will be helpful for you to develop e-government in your countries. This is Chapter 2, whose title is E-Government Policy. This chapter aims to discuss the definition of e-government and various viewpoints of e-government development, and overview e-government policy in Korea from the historical perspective. This chapter will also help understand how e-government policy has changed in Korea according to the Korea's development of information technologies and political and social contexts. The objectives are as follows. Students will be able to build an understanding of definition and the various approaches to e-government, and to develop an understanding of the achievements of e-government in Korea. Finally, to make an understanding of the history of e-government building in Korea. Based on the chapter objectives, we will cover the following topics in this chapter. We will deal with definitions, goals, and approaches to e-government. Then we are going to see the history of e-government building in Korea. Finally, we will discuss the e-government policy framework.
Let's start with the definition of e-government. The electronic government can be defined as the use of ICT to strengthen government performance, including for the more effective and more efficient provision of services, for opening new channels for people to access government and official information, and for making government more accountable to its citizens. You can see the various definitions of e-government provided by international organizations such as the United Nations, OECD, and World Bank. What are the goals of e-government? E-government seeks governments to become more potent and more effective in many areas. First, e-government has a goal to enhance the quality of public services from clients' and citizens' viewpoints. Second, e-government pursues to make internal administrative processes more efficient and effective. Finally, e-government should contribute to strengthening democratic values, such as accountability, transparency, and responsiveness to the citizens. There are many kinds of stakeholders of e-government. Citizens are one of the main stakeholders of e-government. E-government facilitates processes for citizens to communicate with government and exchange information, access government services and benefits, and interact with regulatory and licensing agencies. Another stakeholder of e-government is business. E-government eases businesses' access to government's bureaucratic and regulatory processes as subjects of government or as vendors, lowering transaction costs, shortening time involved, and increasing efficiency on both sides of the transaction. The government can also be a stakeholder of e-government. E-government can allow government entities to communicate more quickly and effectively and more easily share resources and information and data through faster, more efficient, more effective processes. Finally, e-government can improve how the government does its essential business, managing processes such as human resource management and information and knowledge management more effectively and efficiently through electronic best practices. The other approach to e-government is an evolutionary approach with establishing the maturity model of e-government. We can make a kind of maturity model of e-government development, which constructs a series of stages through which different governments are journeying. You can see the 5-stage maturity model of e-government from an emerging stage to a seamless and fully integrated stage on this slide. Let's advance to the new session of the History of E-Government Building in Korea. The history of e-government building in Korea can be divided into 3 periods, according to the official report on e-government building history in Korea published by the Korean government. The first period is the period laying the foundation of the e-government from the year 1967 to 1997. The second period is from 1998 to 2012, the period of achieving advanced e-government. The third period is the period of aiming to become a world-class intelligent government from 2013 to present. The history of e-government started in 1967 with the introduction of IBM 1410 for enhancing the efficiency of data processing of census data in the Bureau of Survey and Statistics in the Economic Planning Board. In the early 1970s, there was an expansion of computerization in government, including the budgeting process and billing systems computerization. Also, the Government Computer Center, which took charge of the computerization of overall administrative tasks, was built in 1974. In 1978, the Ministry of Government Administration announced the first 5-year master plan for computerization of administration, the ground rules, and basic plans to computerize administration at the national level. And it was 1982 that the ministry announced the second 5-year master plan for computerization of administration. The first 5-year master plan for computerization of administration was to comprehensively promote the computerization of administrative tasks. It targeted at computerizing 99 types of public tasks performed by 32 government organizations. It also included sub-plans to specify the details on how to share computers and how to build networks to interconnect individual organizations. Whereas the first 5-year master plan aimed at automating each organization's unit tasks with computer-based data processing, the second 5-year master plan for computerization of administration had the more advanced goal of connecting each task and process over a computer network. In January 1983, starting with the computerized issuance of passports by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, it spearheaded a pilot project to computerize 8 administrative districts' resident registration processes throughout the country. Korean government pushed forward the National Basic Information System Project, NBIS, from 1987. The project's purposes were to replace the manual operations of each government department by an automated system and to integrate all the departmental automation systems into one platform to raise the overall efficiency of administration computerization. The first stage of the NBIS started in 1987. The NBIS pursued the government-wide promotion of computerization throughout all government institutions. Therefore, the government laid the legislative groundwork for this project. The NBIS went beyond the individual adoption of computers for separate department tasks. Based on the achievement of the first stage of the NBIS, the second stage of the NBIS began in 1992. It planned to efficiently and systematically promote computerization under strong coordination and control mechanisms. Service provision through computerization in the first and the second stages of NBIS project, 6 major National Administration Information System, are as follows. First, Resident Registration System. Second, Real Estate Information System. Third, Motor Vehicle Management System. Fourth, Custom Clearance Tasks. Fifth, Employment Information System. Sixth, Economic Statistics Information System. Please refer to the lecture note and the textbook on the details of each system. In the early 1990s, the Korean government carried out the Korea Information Infrastructure Initiative. It was the initiative to build information superhighway which connected public institutions, research centers, and universities. The other purposes of the KII initiative were to IT market creation and growth of the IT industry. In the second stage of the KII initiative, The information superhighway connected megacities and significant buildings, then expanded to populated areas. The KII initiative achieved the goals and completed in 2000. It was sooner than planned. After completing this initiative, citizens could enjoy broadband internet services via the information superhighway, which covered the entire nation. The Korean government also established the series of master plans for promoting informatization in the 1990s. Ministry of Information and Communication formulated the first master plan to promote informatization by integrating each ministry's plan according to the Framework Act on Informatization Promotion in 1996. The ultimate objectives of the master plan were as follows. First, it was to informatize the public sector, industry, and citizens. Second, this plan was to link together through a high-speed network. Third, it was to connect with global networks to access and utilize domestic and foreign information efficiently. The related government agencies planned sub-activities related to the 10 priority tasks, including e-government, education, academic research, etc. From 1998, Korean e-government entered the new stage of achieving advanced e-government. Among various e-government building initiatives, the 11 priority e-government initiatives of 2002 were one of the representative initiatives in this stage. Korean government built the e-government special committee as a leading agency for achieving advanced e-government, and this committee selected 11 e-government initiatives at the end of October 2002. The principles and strategies of e-government initiatives were as follows. First, the initiatives should be the highest payoff initiatives that can be completed by the end of 2002. Second, the initiatives should effectively eliminate inefficiencies and prevent redundant and overlapping activities through business process reengineering. Third, the e-government special committee focused mainly on cross-agency initiatives to improve service while reducing costs and tried to safeguard an enabling environment with the right regulatory and legal framework. Plus, the e-government policy focused on improving the internal efficiency of administration and increasing the convenience of citizens in using administrative services. The special committee continuously checked the progress status of the projects and evaluated the performance of the project. The 11 priority e-government initiatives can be divided into 3 categories, as shown in the tables on the slides. In the first category of upgrade government services for citizens and business, there were 4 initiatives. Please refer to the textbook and lecture notes on the explanation of the details of the projects. In the second category of improve the efficiency of administration, there were 5 initiatives as shown in the table on the slide. Please refer to the textbook and lecture notes on the explanation of the details of the projects. In the third category of establish infrastructure for e-government, there were 2 initiatives, as shown in the table. Following the success of e-government 11 initiatives, Korean government selected 31 e-government roadmap projects in 2003. The government designated the e-government projects as the presidential agenda for government innovation and invested considerable workforce and budget, which was a significant contribution that resulted in making Korea's e-government the world's best today. The government focused on pushing innovation in the way of administration operations, increasing efficiency in administration through innovation in information resource management, and promoting participation in administration through innovation in government services in making e-government policy and selecting 31 e-government roadmap projects. The 31 e-government roadmap projects can be divided into 4 categories and 10 agenda items. In the first category of innovation of work process, 11 projects are shown in the table. In the second category of innovation in services to citizens, 13 projects as shown in the table on the slide. In the third and fourth categories of innovation in management of information resources and improvement of legislation, 7 projects were included as shown in the table. From 2013, Korea's e-government policy experienced paradigm shift changes and went to a new stage of e-government development. The new administration launched in 2013 set forth Government 3.0 as a new paradigm for government operations. Government 3.0 was a strategy designed to establish a transparent and competent government that would disclose and share public information with the people and innovate government work processes through cooperation and communication between ministries. It also sought to create a service-oriented government by expanding the provision of customized services to the public. As a representative e-government project associated with Government 3.0, the government pushed forward Upgrade One-Stop Public Services. The administration provided a legal basis for citizens to access life information related to health, property, etc. through Civil Service 24 without having to visit the relevant agencies in person, and measures designed to strengthen interagency collaboration. It interconnected and integrated the different agencies' different systems and removed the boundaries between agencies to improve administrative efficiency and integrate civil services. Moreover, it established the groundwork for evidence-based administration utilizing big data. One of the examples is Easy and Secure Inheritance Service. This is the ICT-based integrated service to check the deceased's properties, including financial transactions, real estate, vehicles, taxes, and pensions, through one visit to community centers around the country without visiting individual agencies. Another e-government initiative is Open Data Initiative. Korea's policy for opening up public data and promoting its utilization was institutionalized through the Public Data Act in 2013. The government had steadily developed basic plans and corresponding procedures to create a pan-national data ecosystem. As a result, Korea has ranked first in the OECD's Public Data Opening Index for 3 consecutive years. The other e-government initiative in this period was about the expansion of cloud system. Under the Government 3.0, the Korean government pushed forward to cloud system policy in earnest. It established G-Cloud, which can accommodate the Pan-Government Cloud Services platform. The National Intelligence Service's G-Cloud service is a good example of an attempt to incorporate cloud computing into an administrative environment. In April 2016, a new e-government plan, E-Government Master Plan 2020, was announced. The new e-government will use intelligent information technologies to build a new ecosystem, which will allow the government, business, civics groups, and individuals to better collaborate for the betterment of all, and which will, in turn, serve as a foothold for government innovation and sustainable development. The plan includes 3 key goals. First, delivering and realizing services catering to public demands. Second, establishing an advanced and intelligent information-based administration. And third, creating a sustainable digital New Deal under its slogan, Enjoy Your E-Government. 5 strategies were adopted to achieve the goals. 1. Redesigning of government services. 2. Making cognition and prediction-based intelligent administration. 3. Creating a new e-government ecosystem that coexists with industries. 4. Expanding trust-based and future-oriented infrastructure. And 5. Taking the lead in the global e-government order. So far, we have examined the history of e-government building in Korea. Based on the Korean experience, we can make an e-government policy framework consisting of 5 components. The first component is the rigorous e-governance under innovative political leadership. Political leadership is critical in building e-government because the e-government was regarded as a crucial part of government/administrative reform program, which may be encountered with resistance from the stakeholders. Such presidential support and leadership guarantee the allocation and mobilization of necessary financial and political resources throughout system development and nationwide change management program. Rigorous e-governance system is another critical component for successful e-government building. It established supervisory entities to drive digital government directly under the president or prime minister. It had an organizational capacity for digital government promotion with its concentration of authority, the development of diverse and powerful managerial tools for control and coordination, and professionals and experts for promoting digital government under the political leadership. Legal framework and policy tools are also essential components because the legal framework should be related to setting policy goals and strategies, identifying participating actors, assigning decision authority and responsibility, allocating financial resources, etc. The legal framework also concerned with making jurisdiction of and collaboration of agencies that involved in e-government project. In addition, the overall legal system was amended to provide legitimate grounds for the computerization. One of the representative examples was the amendment of the Resident Registration Act in 1991. With this amendment of the Resident Registration Act, administrative tasks such as change of address and issuance of certified copies of resident registration could be processed electronically. Financial resources are one of the essential tools for successful e-government. According to Korea's experience, annual budget plus special IT promotion fund for digitalization in society and government, and the development and maintenance of digital government systems. Finally, a professional supporting system is another critical component of the e-government policy framework. Various kinds of necessary expertise and knowledge for e-government building can be delivered through the supporting system. In Korea's history of e-government building, well-educated professionals and workforces and IT professional pooling system for getting information and IT knowledge were provided through the professional supporting system. These contributed to the e-government building's success.